already finished the first wash. This is basically just a, rinse and wring. Everything's already been scrubbed. This is just to get the soap out, and then I'll rinse it. I'll do a rinse, and then on the second rinse, I will add the fabric softener. Or like here in the Philippines, they call it FabCon. So I'll do a FabCon. Yeah, it's a sunny Saturday here in Cebu. It's not real hot, but it's warm. We had a lot of rain and clouds yesterday, so it's not real hot today. But the sun is shining, and that's nice. It's nice to see a little bit of sunshine again. So yeah, it's been kind of rainy and cold. It was really cold last night. I had to grab a sheet and cover up with the sheet. It was so chilly outside. Well, I had one person, they left. I really don't care. I'll keep going live. This is only my second live on this channel. And most of my subscribers are probably, overseas. So the time difference is a little off. This probably tells me I need to choose a better time to go live. I don't even know if the audio is working well. I wish you could do like a pre-live where you could check your audios, make sure all your stuff is sounding good before you actually hit the live button. Kind of like pre-checks or something, That would be more ideal. Yeah, that would definitely be more ideal to have like some kind of pre-checks. But I figured I'd start going live on YouTube. Somebody told me it was a good way to gain more followers. So I thought, why not? And then after the live, I can always post the video, I guess. Which I don't know how to. It's in the vertical position right now. I don't know how from my iPhone to record in like landscape mode for a live. I don't even know if that's possible. I'm still new to all of this stuff, so learn as I go, huh? Just learn as I go. Wow, that jumped up to like 11 people. That's crazy. Yeah, hello everybody. If you're new to the channel, my name's Joey. I currently live in Cebu City, Philippines. I've been here in the Philippines for about 3.5 years. Getting close to 4 years. August of 2026 will be 4 years living in the Philippines full time. And yes, I'm hand washing laundry. I'm hand washing it because, well, I'm a minimalist. I believe in saving money for when I'm truly older, when I'm in my 60s or so. And then I'll be able to live a truly comfortable life where I won't have to want for anything. So if I buy a washing machine, that's extra electricity costs and maintenance. So you can save money, by doing stuff like this. Sure, it takes some time. And, it can be annoying sometimes, but it's all about saving money for the future, right? What about unforeseen medical costs? I know I see a lot of these YouTubers like Geo in the Philippines and Life as an Expat Through My Eyes or whatever his channel's called. These guys, they all have their washing machines and stuff like that. More power to you. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying that I want to save money for when I'm truly old. Like when I'm truly, truly old. I'm only 48 right now, so hopefully, God willing, I still have some good years left in me. I'm fairly healthy. I don't have no real large health concerns. Um, so yeah, this is just one way to save a few bucks. Put it in the bank. Put it into a, Roth IRA, something like that, and let it compound. Let it compound over time. Eventually, after 10, 15, 20 years, it's going to be a lot more money than what you started with. So I believe in, securing my future for true old age, true elderly, 60, 65, starting to collect Social Security at that point. So yeah, like I said, I already washed these once. I kind of started the live late. I came in, I got the soapy water and everything. I have a scrub brush, so I can scrub the clothes, make sure they get clean inside and out, and then I'll wring it out. I'll wring it out, drain all the water, and then I put the clothes back in, refill it with another batch of soap, like I am now, and this is just like a second wash, and I wring it out. Go Next step would be the first rinse to help get a lot of the soap out. And then the second rinse, I'll add Fabcon, fabric conditioner, these little pouches. I'll add that and then let the clothes soak, 10, 15 minutes, let that fabric soften and really get into the clothes. And then, the laundry's done. I take it, I hang it up outside here because, well, it's the Philippines. It's the Philippines. It's very sunny, very warm, and the clothes will dry in the afternoon. Take them down, fold them, put them away in the dresser. Done. And all of this cost me zero electricity cost. Zero. And there might be a lot of people that say like I'm cheap and all this stuff, but I'm saving money for my future, right? Whoa, you're so good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm about saving money, you guys, for the future, man. Because unforeseen things, you never know what's going to happen, right? I might, spleen might rupture. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Of course, the delivery driver shows up and the neighbor's stupid little dog starts barking. But, I'm about saving money for when you really need it. Right? And there will be times. Do not kid yourself as a foreigner living overseas, Philippines, Thailand, whatever. There will be times where unforeseen things are going to happen and you're going to need quick cash. Because see, here in Southeast Asia, man, it's a lot of places is cash based, especially here in the Philippines, man. It's a cash based society here. I'm bad at doing laundry. Sorry, it's hard for me to see because I've got the phone at an angle and it's really bright out here. So I apologize. Let me see. Sorry, my hands are all wet. I can't read it. Oh, it's okay. All right, sorry about that. This is only my second live ever on YouTube. So I still don't know what I'm doing. This is all new to me. But I thought, why not, I make these videos, I put them online. Why not show people real life? I'm not the guy that's going to show you the beaches, which I could. But I'm not going to show you all the touristy stuff that's in the Philippines and Southeast Asia. I'm going to show you what real life is like. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So, and it gets me a lot of hate. It gets me a lot of bashers. I get a lot of other foreigners that come onto my, my TikTok and YouTube here, and they always have something nasty to say, or they're always saying that I'm lying, that the Philippines is the greatest country in the world. You can't do any wrong here. And I've lived here for 3.5 years, so I'm not a new guy. I've had relationships here. It's not what a lot of these YouTubers show you it is. It's really not. The reality of it is, it's dirty, it's wet. There's trash and stray dogs everywhere. The infrastructure is horrible. But, for foreign money, the cost of living is very manageable. So, that's why a lot of guys come to Southeast Asia, because it's more manageable. And it's not that a lot of them can't survive in their home country, like the US, UK, things like that. Like, I'm retired military. I could go home, back to America. I could get a job. I could make decent money, still collect my pension, and live a nice life. But I chose to give up the rat race. I chose to give it up, man. I just don't, I don't want that kind of life anymore. And here you can slow down quite a bit. You can still live a peaceful life, for about 2,000 USD a month. Let me check these comments, you guys. I feel rude. I feel like I'm ignoring your comments. You're in the Philippines. Yes. Yes, I am in the Philippines. I am in Cebu City, Philippines. Yeah, been here. Oh, I don't even have anybody in here anymore. Fuck, I'm talking to myself. I'll just keep going live. I did get 2 likes, so 2 likes is better than no likes on a live, I guess. And the signal might be bad because the internet here in the Philippines is horrible. Like, it's been down. The actual hard line internet's been down for about 5 days now. And this is in Cebu. Something about the fiber optic cables, and they're hoping that service should be restored by Sunday, tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have actual internet service back up. And like I said, I'm sorry if I don't read the comments. I do my best to catch up with them, but I'm also busy. This laundry, with laundry, the longer you leave it sit in the water, it's going to start stinking. So you have to get it done. And I thought I'd just go live while I was doing it so people could see things like this. This is how Filipinos do their laundry. You think they take it to a laundromat? No. A large portion of the Philippines, this is how they wash their clothes. By hand. I've got a scrub board. I've got my scrub brush, my little blue scrubbing brush. I wash my own laundry, man. It's just smart. It's like I said, you're saving money on the electricity bill. It's a good little bit of exercise. And like I said, I'm all about thinking ahead to the future. I don't really care about the now so much as when I'm old and decrepit and I need money. Pay for medical bills, hospital stays, things like that. So that's the point of this. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm sitting here hand washing my clothes in the middle of the afternoon in the Philippines. Could I buy a washing machine? Yeah, I absolutely could. I could buy a washing machine, hook it up right here. I've got a water connection, electricity. I could buy a washing machine, but it's just going to run up your electric bill, right? It's like cause and effect. So if I don't do that, I save money on the electricity bill in the long term, which is more money I can invest. I had quite a few people in here at one point. Now it's just dead. I think there was like 15 people in here at one point. That was pretty amazing. For my second live ever on YouTube, just hand washing laundry. I don't even know if you guys can see it. I think I've got the, oh, there we go. I had the phone angled up a little. Now you can't see me. Oh, man, there we go. I guess that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. But yeah, I do things like this for a reason, man. Because I think of the future. I mean, I'm retired. What else do I have to do? So, not much. I don't have much else to do. So I sit here. I can hand wash my clothes. And personally, I think it gets a little cleaner than the machines do. Because I can take the scrub brush. I can take the scrub brush to the clothes and really, get down into the material and get it a little cleaner than a machine would. Now, I know a lot of Filipinos would agree with me on that. That hand washing is better than machine washing. And it's not some third world stuff or anything like that. It's just about being smart. Right? I'm saving money on electricity. I'm saving money on maintenance for a washing machine that could break down at any time. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease. A little bit of elbow grease, no problem. Too easy. I can do this. I do it all the time. Man, I've been doing it for years since I lived here. Hand washing is not hard. It's just time consuming. It's the only difference. Like I said, I've already done the first wash. This is just the, wring it, get the soap out, and then rinse. So I already scrubbed the clothes. I spent the last hour or so just scrubbing the clothes, ensuring that they were truly clean. It's not a bad gig, man, and it saves you money. It's exercise. After I get done with this, I'll go out for a walk, and and I'll take a bus ride. I'll get on the bus and I'll go out towards the pier, towards the bay and the water, and I'll just walk around the water for a little bit. It's so nice and so peaceful, I appreciate people that do come in and drop a like on the live. I truly appreciate you all, supporting a small creator like me. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's a simple life, but it's not boring. The thing with retirement, see, when people retire, they have this image in their head that it's all about traveling and all this stuff. If you're rich, yeah, but just your normal, average retired person, it's boring. It's boring, but at least we're not, working ourselves to death 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week anymore. We're living our life. We're living it on our terms now. It's peaceful. It's boring, but it's a good boring. It's not like a sad, a sad boring. It's a good boring life. I don't have too much stress. I don't have to deal with bosses and time frames and jobs and deployments in the army. It's just pretty much do whatever I want every day now. And I'm sorry if I missed the comments, you guys. Obviously, my hands are wet, and I'm not trying to be rude. They asked, where are you? I am in Cebu City, Philippines. My name is Joey. For those of you that don't know, my name's Joey. I'm from America. I was in the United States Army for 15 years. And in 2022, I left the military and retired in the Philippines. So, that's pretty much my life. Retired here in 2022, and I've lived here full time ever since. I did take a 4-day vacation, like a visa run. Went to South Korea, stayed in South Korea for 4 days. But since 2022, I've lived in the Philippines full time. Going on 4 years, almost 4 years now. 4 years this August. August 2026 will be 4 years. Full-time living in the Philippines. So, it's a good life. It's an honest life. It's boring. And it has its challenges, but it's better than the fast-paced life in the West. Like I said, I can live my life on my own terms now. I can, if I want to take a nap, I can take a nap. If I want to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning playing video games, I can do that. I don't have that stress of the Western race anymore, keeping up with the Joneses, working yourself until you're 67 years old and then dying 5 years later, that's not what I wanted to do with my life. So I found a way I could live a calmer, more peaceful life. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm not a traitor. I didn't betray my country. I served my country for 15 years. I served my country honorably for 15 years. So now it's my time. Now it is my time. All right, we got that wash done. Super easy. Dump this out. And then we'll just refill it with some fresh, clean water and start the first rinse. And don't worry, there's a drain underneath this basin. So the water drains like right out. That's what this whole area is made for, is for like wet stuff. Washing machines, doing what I'm doing, hand washing clothes. It's completely tiled in, so it's not bad. Like I said, it's a simple, basic life, you guys. And this saves money. A lot of people don't see it that way. They see it as, like some third world stuff, like I'm a Neanderthal or something, or I'm poor. That's the biggest comment I get a lot of times. When people see me doing stuff like this, they're like, oh, he's too poor to afford a washing machine. I had a career in the military and now I retired in the Philippines. Do you really think I'm so poor I can't afford a washing machine? So that's for the trolls and the haters out there. Let me get these clothes in here. We'll get this rinse going. And that'll give me a chance while it's filling up to actually sit down and look at the comments and make sure I'm not, ignoring anybody. I don't want anybody in the live to think I'm ignoring them because I'm not. I'm just busy. So out of here. Excuse me. Sorry about the coughing. I'm actually in the middle of trying to quit smoking. And as you know, a lot of people that are heavy smokers or smoke for a long time, they get what they call smoker's cough. And that's what I have. But I'm trying to give it up. I'm going for a more healthy lifestyle, take better care of myself while I'm still young enough to do it. Get this in here, I'll turn this water on. I'm so bad at these lives. I'm so bad at this. There we go, let me go through here. How's the Philippines? That's a subjective question. Like, it all depends on the person. How's the weather? Well, it's not raining today. And that's really nice. It's not raining right now. It's actually, I don't know if you can see, it's blue sky, a little bit of clouds, really sunny. I'd say mid 70s, maybe low 80s Fahrenheit right now, so not bad. Yeah, Filipinos don't use a washing machine that much. That's true. A lot of them, most of them hand wash. They do exactly what I'm doing. That's how I learned how to do it, was from Filipinos. So, and like I said, it saves money. I don't have an electric washing machine in here that's running up, because that's one of the highest costs. One of the highest bills you're going to have in the Philippines is your electricity bill. And it surprises a lot of foreigners when they get their electric bills. It's 4, 5, 6,000 pesos per month. They're like, whoa. Like my rent, I have this 1-bedroom apartment that I live in right now. It's in a subdivision, and I pay 6,000 pesos a month for my rent here. It's about 102 US dollars, I believe. So, yeah, if I don't use the washing machine, it saves on electricity. What's my favorite food from the Philippines? I don't eat a lot of Filipino food. And in my opinion, it's not that good. I think probably baboy. The pork barbecue on a stick with a good sauce, and maybe lumpia. But lumpia is not even Filipino, it's Chinese. So, but that's probably the two favorite things I have to eat here. But other than that, like chicken tinola and stuff, I'm not a fan of it. I don't eat seafood either, so I don't eat a lot of fish. Yeah, I've had pork adobo, chicken adobo, all that. And the thing with adobo, right, and with Filipino food is it's never made one consistent way. Like, every person, every location, they all make it a different way. So it's hard to get an actual view and taste of what it actually is. Because everybody makes it a different way. There's no set standard or recipe, right? So, yeah, but I've had some pork adobo that was like, had a really thick, like dark sweet sauce that was really good. And then I've had pork adobo that was just like undercooked pork floating in a soup. It varies on who makes it. But yeah, just not a big fan of Filipino food. And that's okay. I don't have to love everything about here. It's just, yeah, the food to me is not that good. So, it's not bad, it's just, it's not in my taste palette, I guess you could say. Have you explored the entire Cebu? Man, I've been all over Cebu. I've been to the north, the south, Catmon, Badian, mobile. I've done everything in Cebu. The Fort San Pedro, Temple of Leia. I went and did Kawasan Falls, canyoneering. Like I've done all that stuff here. I mean, I've lived here almost 4 years, so I've had a lot of time to just explore and experience things. I've been to Cebu Ocean Park. It was pretty sad because it was really run down when I went. I don't know if it was just an off season or off time, but it was pretty run down and looked pretty raggedy. A lot of the water was kind of dirty, but it was still a fun experience. You know, you see that giant alligator that's there. But yeah, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. You know, sadly, a lot of things in the Philippines are becoming run down because of lack of funding. And we all know why there's a lack of funding in the Philippines. I don't need to say it. Technically, I'm not allowed to say it, but we all know why. We all know why. So, yeah, I can't talk about that. Where from America are you from? I'm from Ohio, the state of Ohio. It's where I was born and raised. Born and raised, the great state of Ohio. Born and raised. Oh, my shorts, everything's wet. What's up, buddy? It's a stray dog that I've pretty much adopted over the last year. And he just hangs out with me now. What's up, big guy, huh? What's up, big guy? He was a stray that got left here by the previous caretaker. So I take care of him and I feed him. And I got him some nice bowls here, and I feed him every night. He's a good dog. He lays here and protects the door, you know, hangs out with me. Pretty chill dog. It's funny though, because he'll fight any dog that gets near me. He'll fight him. He don't care. He don't like nobody. Like now, he's following me. See? What's up, Bobby? I'm just gonna go to Ate's store real quick, okay? You stay. Ah, stay. Oh, my feet are so wet in my slippers from doing the laundry. Like I'm sliding everywhere. Gotta be careful on these stairs. Yeah, just taking a quick break from the hand washing. I'm on the rinse part now, and that's fairly quick. I rinse it once in the fresh water, wring it out. Add the FabCon on the second rinse, wring it out, done. Hang the laundry up, go about my day. Maybe play some Xbox. Oh shit! Feet are slippery, man. My foot just came out of my slipper. Oh my goodness. You can tell I've been here for a while. Look how white my feet are and tan my leg is. Oh my goodness. Ah, now I got all them little rocks under my foot. Shit, I can't see the screen either, man. What is going on here? Did it turn off? It's just because it's so bright here. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I can't see a single thing here. Okay, there we go. Like, I really can't see my iPhone screen. Walking here right now, I cannot see it. But as you can see, it's a bright, sunny day. Bright, sunny day. Rained most of the day yesterday, most of the night. Heavy rain, too. Like, really heavy rain here in Cebu. I don't think there's a low pressure or like a typhoon or anything coming. I think it was just like a normal storm for the winter season here, which is ending soon, and we'll be starting back into summer, the hot season. So when it gets really dry and really hot. And if somebody's commenting, I don't know why, man, I cannot see my phone screen right now. I've got the brightness turned all the way up. I literally cannot see my phone screen. So I think I see my head bobbing around. I don't know. Like I said, it's only my second live on YouTube ever, so I have no idea what I'm doing, or if I'm even doing it right. So. Hello, Paul. Oh, there we go. I can kind of see myself now that I'm in the shade. Hello, Ate. Do you have Mighty? Okay. 60 pesos worth. Please. Yep. Huh? Fire Cebu from America. Are you from? I already answered that. Oh God, Joshua with Roblox in his name. Let's just go ahead and block that dude. I'm not, and I don't want to see that weird shit in here, man. Here we go. Do you know how to speak Bisaya or Tagalog? A little bit. A little bit of each, not much. There we go. Salamat ate. Thank you. I don't know how YouTube is. If I smoke a cigarette on a live, will they like restrict it or ban me or something? Because TikTok will. TikTok will restrict you fast as shit. I was doing a live on TikTok and I had a bottle of Mountain Dew. I opened the Mountain Dew, I took a drink of it, clearly could see the label was Mountain Dew. TikTok restricted my live, said I was drinking alcoholic beverages. I don't drink alcohol. I haven't drank, hey, skit. I haven't drank alcohol in like, I don't even know, man. 19 years, something like that. I think 19 years since I've touched alcohol. It's not something that appeals to me anymore. I just don't drink. You know, a lot of guys, that's what they do. They come here, you'll see these foreigners sitting in the bars and, you know, Manila and the Philippines and stuff, and that's all they do. They sit in the bars, they talk to the women, and they get drunk all day long. To me, that's a sad life. Why would you want to do that to yourself? I prefer to be out doing things other than drinking. Is the Philippines hotter than the U.S.? Yes. Well, in some areas, yeah. I mean, it gets hot. It gets pretty hot in like South Florida, southern Texas, you know, places like that, Louisiana, where they have a lot of humidity. Here, it's all humidity. It gets hot, but there's so much moisture in the air. You know, probably because it's an island, for one. But that humidity will beat you down in the summer, man. You gotta drink water. I tell these foreigners that all the time. Don't come here and think you can chug down Red Bulls and Monster energy drinks. Excuse me, because that's not how it works here. You have to have water, especially during the summer. Like, I've even gotten to the point where I'll carry an umbrella. Like, I'll hold the umbrella over me when I'm walking outside just to keep the sun off of me. That's how hot it gets here. And sorry for that, Joshua plays Roblox. There's always some troll or kid that shows up on every social media platform, so I'm used to it now. I just block them immediately. Yeah, so my second live ever on YouTube. That's interesting. I like it. I kind of like it. I kind of like going live on YouTube better than I do TikTok. Yeah, it's a normal activity. Yeah, it is. In the beginning, right? Probably for like the first year that I lived here, I used to be embarrassed to walk outside on a sunny day holding the umbrella. Man, I need to get bifocals or something. Any travel plans? Is your wife from the Philippines? I am not married. I am not married. I divorced the last wife I had back in 2019. Well, it started before that, but then the pandemic started. But travel plans, yeah, we'll see. Um, you know, it's like anything else in life, right? Things start to get boring, so you need that stimulation, something to do. What made you move to the Philippines? Well, I retired here after, you know, my service in the military. Originally came here for a woman. She was a single mom. She only had one child, a 15-year-old boy. And it just didn't work out. Uh, there was a lot of cultural differences, a lot of, not language barrier really. It was more like cultural differences and things that we just couldn't agree on. You know, it just didn't work. Thank you for your service. I don't know. I was just a guy doing a job, man. I don't need nobody's thanks for doing my job. So, but yeah, I mean, if people watch my videos, right, and they think I hate the Philippines, they think I hate this place, they think I hate living here, and that's not the case. I just share the reality, right? I'm not gonna give the sugar coated videos like, what's that dude on Facebook? Um, Tagalog Kurt. His name's like Tagalog Kurt or something like that. That dude is so fake. Like, there's so many fake YouTubers and vloggers and stuff that are in Southeast Asia, and the only thing they ever show is the good parts of living in a country. Do you have a car? No, no. I would never own. I would never own a car in the Philippines. I have had a couple motorcycles. I'm an avid motorcycle rider. I prefer to ride a motorcycle. I just had a crash not too long ago. You probably see the videos in my shorts videos. I had a crash. A little multi-cab cut me off. I was riding a Honda Click 125, and I had to lay the bike down to avoid the crash. And when I did, I got some pretty nasty road rash on my leg. I still got the scars from it. Let me see if I can flip this. I still have the scars from the road rash. That was, I think I crashed December 18th. Yeah, it was like December 18th. I had the accident. Oh, you're from Florida. Okay, I've lived in Florida a few times. Before I joined the military, I lived in Fort Myers. And then, I can't remember the name of the city, but after I left the military in 2022, I went and stayed with a cousin of mine for about 6 months while I was awaiting some things to pull through. And then I left and moved to the Philippines August of 2022. So, Pale. What's Pale? Polk County. Yeah, I've heard of that before. Isn't Polk County the one that has that sheriff that like punishes the guys and makes them wear like pink clothes in the jail and stuff or something like that? That's pretty funny. You love my vibe. Thank you. Like I said, I'm real. I'm honest. I'm not gonna sugarcoat life in the Philippines. So, oh, so it is Polk County that has that sheriff that makes them wear the pink clothes and like sleep outside and stuff. That is hilarious, man. That dude's funny as hell. I know his name. It's up here. I just can't. I haven't been in America for almost 4 years now, so I've lost touch with a lot of things. Have I met some other foreigners? Yes, I have. And I got to be honest with you, I don't like a lot of the foreigners and expats that live in the Philippines. It's a very toxic culture here in the Philippines. Because most foreigners, it's all about who has the prettiest Filipina, who has the nicest condo, who's driving a brand new Ford Raptor. That's just the culture with these foreigners here in the Philippines, so I avoid them now. I have a couple guys that I consider good friends, and we talk on occasion. But as far as like hanging out every day, going on fishing trips and stuff, nah, that's not my scene. Is this live or a re-upload? It is live. It is live. It is current. I'll even prove it to you. It's currently 1:44 p.m. in Cebu City, Philippines, right now, and I have been live for 39 minutes exactly. So, what was the military like? Well, it's kind of like what you see in the movies, but not like what you see in the movies, if that makes any sense. A lot of it is boredom, and a lot of it is just doing a normal job like you would as a civilian, being a mechanic, being a nurse, working in HR, which we called S1, just processing paperwork and stuff. You just wear a uniform and you have a different set of rules. Do you play video games? Yes, I do. I'm currently playing Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders I have an Xbox Series S, so I'm a console gamer. And I absolutely love Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is my shit right now. Expat comparison is not just in the Phils. Oh, I know, it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. It's even worse from what I heard in Thailand. Like, I heard in Thailand that the expat culture is horrible compared to the Philippines. Thank you for your service. Don't worry about it, man. I was just doing my job. I love fishing too, but I'm not gonna go do it with a bunch of white guys. I left America to get away from that lifestyle and that culture. That toxic liberal, toxic everything culture in America. So why would I move to the Philippines and then want to just continue to hang out with white people? It's not my thing. I'm gonna see if this gets me in trouble. It's only my second cigarette today, so I want to see what happens. Did you ever play Halo? Oh yeah, way back in the day, man. I'm an OG gamer, right? I'm an OG gamer. I remember, my first video game system I ever played was the Atari. It was like the Atari 2400, Pong, stuff like that. I remember when I was young, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, came out, and my dad bought one for me and my brother for Christmas. But that's how original of a gamer I am. I'm an OG gamer. It's 12:45 a.m. here. Well, yeah, in the U.S., we're 12 or 13 hours ahead because in the Philippines, they don't do daylight savings time. But in the U.S., they do. So on the East Coast, I believe I'm 13 hours ahead of the East Coast right now. And what? That translated something. But yeah, I'm an OG gamer. I'm an original gamer, man. Way back in the day. I remember when Nokia, the old block Nokia cell phones had Snake on them. That's how I'm 48 years old. I remember when the internet was born, when cell phones were invented, when when all that stuff went down. That was during my generation, my time. So I'm one of the originals. The originals. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I got to experience things that nobody else will ever experience in their life. Nobody will ever get to see the internet be born. Nobody will ever get to see cell phones be invented. I got to see all that. So that's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. That's a big flex for a Gen X guy, What do I do for fun? Well, I'm retired, so pretty much whatever I want. I like to go for walks. It's good exercise. Plus, you get to explore and see the place that you live. I play video games. I read books. Oh, you're 45. Yeah, I'm 48. I'll be 49 this May, like 3 months from now. I play video games. I read a lot of books. I love riding motorcycles, man, so I'll just go out for a long ride. Like when I lived in Palawan, I used to go, there was a place, I lived in Nara, and there's a place called Brooks Point, way in the south of Palawan. It's about a 2-3 hour motorcycle ride one way. And there'd be times I'd go for a ride, man. I'd jump on the bike, I'd ride all the way down to Brooks Point, get some food, check out the water for a little bit, and then turn around and come back to Nara. So like 6 hours just riding on the bike. You in Cebu? Yes, I am in Cebu City. Well, close to Metro Cebu. I live a little further away. I live in Consolacion. So I'm a little further away than Metro Cebu. But Cebu, yes. But I love it here. The Philippines is not a bad place to live if you can adapt and have the ability to realize that this is not the West and things are not as developed here. So if you can get that in your mind, you can have a good life here. Better than Manila? Way better than Manila, man. Dude, you couldn't pay me to live in Manila. They tell me, bro, I give you 50,000 pesos a month to live in Manila. I'd be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'll stay right here. Manila is not for me. Way too much crime, way too much scams, way too much, ghetto shit. And that's not my lifestyle. Cebu's a little more chill, man. Cebu's a little more, focused, I guess you could say. It's not nearly as bad as Manila. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to live here. And Manila's a lot more expensive than Cebu. The further south you go from Manila, the cheaper things start to get. Once you get down in Mindanao, it's a lot more cheaper than Central Visayas and Luzon. So, man, And Manila, a 10-minute walk is 1 hour in taxi. Yeah, man. The traffic, well, it can be the same here in Cebu, though. One of my biggest complaints of living in the Philippines is going to the grocery stores, man. Like, I'll go to SM and I'll just have like 6 or 7 items. There'll be 3, 4 people in front of me. I'll be in that line for 45 minutes, man, just waiting to get to the. It's insane. I don't know why they don't put in self checkouts here. Where you can just go up, scan your own stuff, put your money in, shoot you out your change, you're done. Kind of like Walmart back in America. You know, they've got the self checkout. You just go up, check out, you're done. But here they got to scan every item, and then the one cashier, one cashier's talking to the other cashier, laughing and joking, and they're joking with the guy that's bagging the stuff, and it's annoying. It is, but it's just one of those things, man, that you got to get used to. Do a lot of people speak English in Cebu? Yes. A lot of people speak English in the Philippines on some level. As most countries outside of an English-speaking country, the further you get away from the larger cities, the less English is spoken, or spoken less fluently, I should say. Self-checkout? No way that'll happen in the Phils. Yeah, I agree. I think too many people would try to scam it and steal, if I got to be honest with you. But self-checkout would be nice. It would make life so much